Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to today's video. So if you're wondering what's going on today, it is 80 degrees, so I have to have the fan on because if I don't, actually I have two fans, I'm gonna lose my sanity. Including that, I also have the windows, yes, two windows, the windows opened. So that's actually how I deal with the heat, if you're ever curious. At last resort, I turn the car on and just keep the AC for a bit. But my biggest recommendation, I know this has to do with van life, not what today's video, but my biggest recommendation is to just not be in the van. If it's like over 90 degrees, I am not in the van. I just go to a library. I go to, a restaurant, somewhere I can just sit with my computer and work on videos and stuff. So you do not want to be in your van if it's 90 degrees, unless you're driving and making money or something. But yeah, today's video is going to be about happiness and how happiness is today. This is an important reminder for myself and also for those of you that are watching, because we tend to be very ambitious of what's going to happen in the future, right? We want to be somewhere where we're not, and whenever we're not there yet, we kind of have to, like fantasize about it just to feel better, but you end up actually feeling worse because the thing that you want, it doesn't exist. Yeah, you think it will if you just do something or if you plan for it, but right here, right now, it doesn't. So why are you giving your happiness to something that isn't real? And I wanted to go on a video on goals and stuff like that, but I'm going to do that in the future, where basically a goal isn't actually a goal, it's an illusion. And similar to your happiness, you're taking that illusion and you're just putting it in the future moment, right? You're like, okay, I'm going to take what's today and I'm going to just work on today and make it as miserable as possible for a better tomorrow. And that's not really how you want to go about it. At least it's not going to work for you long term. It might short term, but it's not going to be good for you long term. And the short term, you might be able to, huggle around it and kind of cope with it. But eventually, life is going to get you, because we don't live in a future. We live today. You want to make sure that your life revolves around doing things today. And such, you also want your happiness to be with the things you have today. And I know this is hard to do. I know it's hard to put yourself in a situation where, well, if it's today, then I have to face today. And I don't want to face today because today sucks. I want that tomorrow that's coming. But the thing is, you don't even know if the tomorrow is coming. This society likes to make us work for a future that doesn't exist. We'll be happy when we're retired. We'll be happy when we work for a vacation. We'll be happy once we obtain this or that or whatever. These things aren't real. They're real in the sense that they exist, but they're not real because they don't exist to you. Some people have them. And I mean, if you think about it, all you really have to do is just know the people that have it today. If you want to retire, just hang out with some old people at the bar or something. Those people are retired. If you want to have a cool car, why don't you just go to the car meets and talk to the people with the cool cars? These things exist today, yet you're only fantasizing about them when you have them. And the funny thing is that even when you do manage to have them, like for example, one of my biggest goals for the longest time was to just save up a bunch of money. I wanted to save up a bunch of money just so I have a number that I feel comfortable at. And then you reach the number and then you're like, oh, I got the number. That sucked. It was actually quite anticlimactic. Same with this. So last couple days ago, I managed to, let me see if I can find it. Give me 1 second. Phew. All right. So a couple days ago, I managed to buy this because I was looking for a Switch 2. If you watch the shorts, I couldn't find the Switch 2. It was sold out everywhere. So I coped by buying this thing called a Retro Pocket 5. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this was the coolest thing ever because it literally plays all sorts of games. You can play Game Boy, DS, Switch, anything you want. Like, it's literally like the coolest thing ever. And it was cool for 1 to 2 days, and it was a goal I had. Oh, I'm gonna buy myself a Retro Pocket 5. And when I bought it, I liked using it, and I still use it to this day. But it felt anticlimactic. I wasn't like, oh my god, my life is so much better because I have this thing now. No, it was kind of just the same old. Just now you have a Retro Pocket 5, which I guess you have the coolest Android emulator of all time. It really isn't exactly what you think. And what sucks is when you actually take today and you don't live it because you're just focusing on that bigger tomorrow that's coming someday. I think a lot of men are the ones that usually suffer this because we like to provide, and sometimes providing takes time. It takes to reach a certain milestone. It takes to obtain something, to pile up enough momentum so that thing becomes a reality. And in doing that, we don't live today. we cope with things today, but we're hopeful that, you know, the tomorrow comes, and it's not going to come because it doesn't exist. You don't see the tomorrow. The tomorrow will not be here, only today. And that's kind of what I wanted to get in this video, guys, that if you really want to be happy, if you really want to enjoy and you know, get connections with people and just enjoy the beauty of life, you know, just how beautiful life is, and the fact that we all live here, like, you know, these things are worth living today. They're worth just admiring the things you have today. You know, it shames me that I'm like this as well, because with so much good that we have today, we only worry about what's coming. We don't worry about what we have. And even worse, sometimes we even look at the past and think, oh man, I should have done this or I should have done that. And you know, the past already happened. It's gone. You can't travel back to the past and fix it. All you could do is take the lessons from it and apply it today to a better tomorrow. But you can't live on them. Don't live on those days. Don't live in the future. Don't live in the past. Yes, you can plan for them. And there's a video on goals, how to goals set the right way. That video basically says the same thing. You know, it's just, it shames me because I do this all the time and I still fall for it. So I wanted to make a video on it. I wanted to remind myself that today there's plenty of things to be grateful for. Just the fact that you're human by itself. I mean, if you think lottery odds are low, just look at the odds of being a human. Like being born a human that's healthy and you know, like you, that are good and safe and beautiful. Might I say so myself? You know, I'm sorry, I'm getting out of topic, but you know, just existing in itself is a miracle, and it's enough of a reason to be happy. Just the fact that there's people all over that you can form connections with. Just the fact that there are opportunities to achieve your goal, whether it's even it's a little bit, you know, maybe your goal doesn't have to be that big. It can be something you could do today that eventually leads to that. Instead of thinking of saving 100,000, why don't you just think about saving $50 a day? Or, oh, that's too much. Maybe $250 a week. The next thing you know, the 100,000 will come inevitably, because that's just how it is. You know. So why focus on the 100,000? Just focus on the 50. Just focus on the 25 you can do today. And take those 25 that you can do today and do it with the best energy you can. Do it with the best enthusiasm, because it's something you can do. It's something you can do right now. You can live in it right now. And if you want to bowl out with $100,000 that you're going to have in the future, well, you know, just bowl out mentally. Be like, I mean, I'm gonna go window shopping. I'm gonna go to the dealership and look at all the expensive cars. Like you can buy them. Next thing you know, you're talking to somebody that actually can buy those cars, and you form a connection. And boom, through them, which they live today, you can have, you know, that future that you want. It's easy as that. And that's literally what you do when you're just living day to day. If you think about it, you're watching people have things, and you're envious, or you're just like, oh, I'll have that someday. But all you really have to do is just talk to them and say, oh, I can have that today. I just need to talk to you. I just need to form a connection with that person. That person has the thing that I want today. I just gotta be friendly to them, because more often than not, here's the truth that I wanted to share. Now that I have the opportunity to. A lot of the times, there's people that have things, and the reason they have them is just so other people can admire them or find interest in them. And if you just do that, you immediately can get what they have. I've seen people that have multi-million-dollar net worths that you literally, all you have to do is just show a bit of interest in them, not in the things they have. And the next thing you know, they're sharing these amazing things with you. I've seen it so many times. It's like ironic, because you think, oh, do I really have to have the 10, 20 million, $30 million mansion? No. All you need to do is just provide value to that person by being interested in them. And by being interested in them, you're also interested in whatever they have. And what do you do? How do you do that? You do it by living today. If you're just looking at that like, oh man, maybe I'll get along with a Lamborghini owner when I have a Lambo myself, you're not going to have the opportunity, because you're not living in today. You're living in a tomorrow. Same with talking to a girl. Oh, I'll have the courage to talk to her when I have this obtained, or when I'm this success. No. That girl is living today. She's not living tomorrow. She doesn't know what tomorrow is. All she knows is that you're there and you look like a creep because you're staring at her and you're not saying anything. That's the truth. This is the honest truth. And I need to put this in my head all the time, so which is why I want to make this video. I mean, just, you know, the bird sounds. Look at that. If you're not living today, you will never hear that. You will just be focused on, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta think about this, or I gotta plan that. Get out of that delusional mindset, man. I almost think that, you know, for all the crazy people out there, I think that the most delusional kind of crazy is the live in the future people. Those are the craziest ones because they don't enjoy today. They don't have happiness because their happiness doesn't exist. It's fake. It's as fake as, you know, anime titties. Yeah, it's as fake as the world wants it to be. You know, it's not real. And it's a shame that most of us, as in like almost all of us, sabotage today for this delusion of tomorrow that isn't real, you know. So I wanted to make a video on that. You know, live today. Today, what can you do today? If you have a goal, you know, that's fine, but don't sabotage your day for that goal. You know, don't be stupid and don't like sabotage, you know, your tomorrow because of today. I'm gonna go and finance this $5,000 trip because it's today. You want to be smart, right? What I'm trying to tell you is that there's reasons today to have a good and happy life, and you can find those reasons without sabotaging your future. Although the most common thing people do is they sabotage today for tomorrow, but you can also sabotage tomorrow with today. So you have to keep that in mind. Just you know, just understand that your happiness, it's not something. It's a state of being. It's something that you can have today. It's not something you can you can have when you obtain something. No, it's something that exists within all of us. And all you gotta do is just open the door and say like, hey, happiness, come over here. You know, I wanna be happy. I wanna see the world, the beautiful world we're in, regardless of all the negativity that there is around. I want to see what's good today, and you're gonna find plenty of reasons. Just the fact that you're alive, that you're healthy, that you'll be able to watch this video. Just the fact that you're doing whatever you're doing. If you have a job, if you're doing side gigs, if you're living in a camper van like I'm doing, just so many things. You know, it's wonderful, and it's a reason to be happy. There's plenty of reasons to be happy every day, and I'm sick of not being happy today for tomorrow doesn't exist. And if you're watching and you made it to this point, I'm sure you are as well. So if you want to know more on how to be happy today, I'll be more than glad to share some of the tips. I guess the biggest two things is just gratitude and meditation, but we'll get into that in another video. But with that said, guys, I just wanted to make a short video on this. I'm trying to do a video a day. It's gonna be rough because I want to shift my channel up to be more like, I want to make daily content, but I also want to make good content. So I'm trying to shift my attention in 2 points. I'm making short videos every day, and I'm also making like the production videos, which are going to be the really detailed ones that you're going to see soon in the channel. But with that said, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.